What do you do if a developer blames you for overbidding their project by $4 million? So I remember a few years ago, we did an estimate for one of my clients in California. They're a drywall contractor, and we submitted the estimate, and a couple days later, I get an angry phone call from the owner. She was pissed. She was like, "You overbid the job by $4 million. The developer said I'm crazy. I don't know what you're doing." So I'm like, wait, hold on. You could be off by 5%, 2%, but not $4 million. Like, it's like literally if I had an extra building in there. So after I calmed her down, we jumped on a Zoom call and we started looking at the numbers. Like, my bid was 8 million and the next guy was 4. Like, how are you off by so much? So I opened up the estimate, and obviously the first thing I looked at was, did I have any errors in my formula? Because the truth is that if you make a little formula error with a little decimal, you can really screw up your bid. One thing that we actually do in-house is we'll do a back check. So we'll do a cost per square foot. This is like a general rule of thumb, but typically a framing and drywall project with insulation will be at the time about $35 a square foot, depending on where you are. California has some crazy fire codes, so they have like 4 layers of drywall on the demising walls. The point is that there's no way that I'm off by $4 million. So I said, let's call the developer. We get on a 3-way call. In the conversation, he starts telling me, "Oh, I got a bid from another contractor and they're $4 million under you." I said, "How is that possible?" "Oh yeah, because he averaged about $50,000 per unit times X amount of units." And I said, wait, hold on. So you're saying that this guy didn't even do a takeoff. He just calculated counts, and he said, "Oh, each unit is about 50,000, and that's how he did his estimate." Now, here's the thing. This specific project happened to have townhouse units that are 3 floors, 2 floors, 1 floor, and studios. So essentially what happened here was that this other company counted the units and they treated a 3-story unit the same as a 1-story. So I figured that out, and I told the developer, I said, "Hey, listen, this guy missed a lot of stuff. You can't go into a contract with this guy." He says, "Well, I mean, that's the number they gave me." And I said, "Listen, dude, you're going to end up," well, I didn't say dude because I was keeping it professional, but in my head I said dude. I said, "Listen, dude, you cannot hire these people because they're literally going to walk off the job and you're going to get into legal issues." And you know what that freaking developer told me? He said, "Well, if they walk off the job, then I'll deal with it then." And I said, man, I can't believe that there's these GC developers that are, they're so idiots that they're gonna set their owner up for failure. They're gonna end up fighting legal battles just for ridiculousness. The point I'm trying to make is that a lot of times the client is gonna say that you're over your budget. They're only comparing your number with somebody else. And oftentimes I've noticed our numbers or your numbers are gonna be good or pretty close. So somebody might have missed an important part of the scope of work. So a scope of work is basically a list of all the things that you're gonna be performing. What happens a lot of times is your competitor might miss things. Either they don't have a scope of work, like let's say, for example, in this case, framing and drywall. We were covering all the metal framing, all the drywall, and all the insulation. So in this particular case, there's certain things that we wouldn't pick up. Like we wouldn't pick up any wood framing. We wouldn't pick up any draft stopping inside the attics, inside the trusses, things like that. And another contractor might miss a bunch of stuff. And it might look like their number's lower, or it might look like your number's way higher because you have everything you need. So now let me ask you a question. How are you preparing your bids? Are you estimating by counts? Are you actually doing the takeoffs? Let me know. Put it in the comments below and let me know what you think. Now, if you are interested in growing your construction business, like I just told you a story of one of the dangers of overbidding or underbidding. But now let me ask you a question. What are you doing right now to grow your business? I know what I'm doing. I created a 20-minute video training designed for busy contractors on what you need to do to sell your first $1 million in construction in your next 12 months. So if you want to watch that video, you want to see what's working in 2023 in construction, go ahead and click that link and watch that video, because I know that it's going to help you grow your business. So let's take your business to the next $1 million. Click below and watch that video. And also subscribe so you can get notified every time we release a video.